The smell of jet fuel always reminded Sofia Ramirez of her childhood, not because she was a pilot's daughter, or because she came from a family that traveled the world. No, for her, the airport wasn't about luxury or vacations. It was about survival. Her father, Miguel Ramirez, worked as a janitor at one of the largest international airports in the country. Every night, when the terminals were empty and the echo of footsteps had disappeared, he pushed his mop across endless marble floors, his body aching, but his dignity unshaken. Sofia was often by his side. A little girl with worn shoes, carrying her schoolbooks and a bag that had seen better days, waiting on one of the chairs as her father finished his shift. Sometimes she would help him, sweeping a corner or picking up trash just to feel useful. And sometimes she heard the laughter. The children of airport executives. Pilots and business travelers often mocked her when she walked past them. "There goes the janitor's daughter," they would whisper, giggling. "Careful, don't step too close. She might mop you up too. She'll probably grow up to clean bathrooms too." Every word landed like a stone in her chest. But her father, noticing the tears welling in her eyes, would stop, kneel down beside her, and wipe her cheeks with his calloused hands. "Mia," he would say softly, "remember this. The floor I clean today is the foundation you will stand. On tomorrow, let them laugh. One day, you'll rise higher than the planes they fly." Those words burned into her heart like fire. The climb Sofia was not born into wealth, privilege, or connections. What she had was grit. While others saw her as just a janitor's daughter, she saw herself as something more. She studied harder than anyone. While other kids went to parties, she stayed up late reading textbooks under a dim lamp. While others spent summers traveling, she worked part-time jobs at the airport cafe, bookstore, and even baggage services, absorbing everything about the world of aviation, its business and management. Teachers noticed her brilliance. Professors admired her determination, and though money was always short, scholarships and relentless work carried her through college. She didn't just graduate. She graduated top of her class in aviation business and international law. But success didn't come easy. At every step, there were voices telling her, "You don't belong here. People like you never make it. To the top, stick to small dreams, you'll only get hurt." Yet each time she remembered her father's words, her spine straightened. Returning to the airport years passed. Her father grew older, his back bent from years of cleaning, his hair silver like frost. But his pride in his daughter never wavered. One morning, the same airport where Sofia once sat on benches waiting for her father was buzzing with unusual tension. Rumors spread like wildfire. A new major investor was taking over controlling shares of the airport. The executives whispered, wondering who this mysterious person could be. Airlines waited nervously. Staff speculated about cuts, layoffs, and leadership changes. And then she walked in. A woman in her 30s, dressed in a sleek suit, eyes sharp with confidence, steps steady as though she owned every tile beneath her. "Feet," someone whispered. "Who is that?" Another replied, almost choking on the words, "That's Sofia Ramirez." Recognition spread like a wave. The same janitor's daughter they once laughed at had returned not as a girl with worn shoes, but as the majority shareholder and CEO of one of the most powerful airlines in the world. The silence in that terminal was deafening. Power in her hands. Boardroom doors opened. Executives who once looked down on her now shifted uncomfortably in their seats, waiting for her to speak. Sofia placed a thick file on the table, opened it, and began. Her voice was calm, steady, unshakable. "This airport will no longer be run on arrogance and neglect. From today forward, it will be run on efficiency, respect, and vision. We are not just moving flights, we are moving lives. And if anyone here believes they can look down on the very people who keep this place running, they can hand in their resignations now." Not a single person moved. She had the power to ground flights, approve contracts, and decide the future of the very same men and women who once mocked her existence. But she wasn't cruel. She wasn't there for revenge. She was there for change. One by one, she rolled out reforms. Better wages and benefits for janitors, cleaners, and ground staff. Stronger safety measures for passengers. programs to give children of airport workers, scholarships for higher education. When reporters gathered around her asking for a statement, she delivered words that would be quoted around the world. People once laughed at the janitor's daughter. Today, that same daughter owns the skies they thought she'd never touch. Never underestimate those who clean your floors. They may one day decide how high you fly. The legacy that night, after the press conferences and the meetings were over, Sophia walked through the quiet terminal with her father. Miguel looked around, shaking his head in disbelief. "Mia, this place, it's yours now." She smiled, her eyes soft but strong. "No, Papa, it's ours. Every floor you cleaned, every night you worked it, was never just about survival. It was building a foundation for me to climb. So now we both stand here." Her father's eyes filled with tears, pride radiating through his weary body. For the first time, Janitor, who once walked unseen, was recognized as the man whose legacy now ruled the skies. And as they stood there, watching planes take off, into the night, Sophia whispered the words that echoed through her soul. They mocked the janitor's daughter. But today, the skies carry her name.